There was a time that I felt that extreme loneliness, especially when I had to do everything by myself
And from scratch.
from scratch. It can be fun and easy na you don't need a big land, a green thumb,
Yeah.
or experience to grow your own food and be part of food production.
Hello and welcome to another episode here in my podcast. And for this episode, magkakaroon tayo ng different setup compared sa mga dati kong podcast na chill lang, na parang naupo lang. This time, we will cook. Sana maging successful yung pagluluto natin today. Pero yeah, this is a very exciting episode because we are also joined by one of my friends from UP Los Baños, and she's the founder of Urban Farmer TV, and just recently was recognized as Forbes Asia's 30 under 30. Let us all welcome my good friend, Anna.
Thanks, Arvin. Hi, everyone. I feel happy and grateful to be part of this podcast.
Yeah, and siguro while we are doing this podcast, magluluto rin kami
Yes.
na isang Filipino food, which is tinola. Do you know what tinola is?
I don't know.
No,
Yes,
no.
of course. Tinola is one of my favorite Filipino food.
Yeah, so ayun, let us start this podcast by knowing more about you. But before that, ilagay muna natin ang bawang
Yes.
sibuyas.
So we're gonna start with
Sige, go
bawang,
and narrate.
bawang,
Garlic.
or garlic, then sibuyas. Ay, hindi. Lutuin pa muna. Baliktad ka. Ang di ba?
No.
Tama ko?
Nag-away muna. And after that, this one. Ginger.
Ano yung parang orange?
Turmeric. When did your idea of Urban Farmer TV, started?
Yeah, so Urban Farmer TV started not as a business, but more of like a passion project during the pandemic. So that time, there were food shortages. The grocery shelves are empty. And that time I wanted to like have a reliable food source at home and help my family access better food. But that time we lived in an apartment. It was a super small one-bedroom apartment in Taguig because that's the only space that we can afford. And we didn't have a garden space or a backyard space. But what we had back then was a 5 square meter space beside a water tank on the rooftop space. But to go there, you have to like climb a vertical ladder and then tatawid ka dun sa roof canopy na gawa sa steel.
Yeah.
Sa ang tawag
Gero.
doon? Gero.
Galvanized iron.
Yeah, kailangan kong akitin yun, di tumawid papunta dun sa guards. It wasn't an ideal space, but that was what I had.
For reference, we will put a picture.
Yes. That was what I had. But maybe I could make it work. So that time I had an idea about hydroponics or soilless gardening because it was part of my work. And I was also an agriculture student. I actually spent almost 1 month to build that space. I documented the whole journey on how I cleaned the space. Like, kinudkud ko yung pader, yung wall, para lang maging smooth siya, ganyan.
Yeah.
Maging neat and nice. And then, after 1 month of building that, I made a video of like a before and after. And then I shared it on TikTok, which was that time nagbo-boom yung TikTok.
Yeah.
And that video went viral to around 700,000 views.
Yeah.
So from 1,000 followers, my followers grew to like 5,000 to 10,000 followers in just a week.
Yeah.
And then I started to become consistent with like uploading educational videos and how they can do that too.
Yeah.
And then went viral again, and then the rest is history.
So, nagkaroon tayo ng like a little glimpse of what started your journey. But take us earlier in your journey. Like, are there any experiences that you have? Like, say for example, when you were a child, or high school, ganyan, that made you really interested in the field of agriculture as well?
I think so. I think when I was in high school, I was very entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And I super love science. So back then, absinera ako because I love research. I like doing science investigatory projects. So what I do, so that time pala, like grade 8 to 12, I was a representative of the school in different science fairs, so local, international. So before, hindi ko talaga bet pumasok like every day and like makinig sa lectures. I'm not underestimating the value of that. It's just that I like to learn in a different way.
Yeah.
So, pinurso ko yung research. So, we would find a problem in the community, make a solution to that problem, and then, yeah, so that's how it works. Since limited yung resources na napaprovide ng school, I would talk to different universities and institutions, asking them if they could support us in exchange for something. So, parang X-deal. So, I would go to the UST, PUP, ganyan. And, yun, since medyo magaling ako mag-pitch when I was in high school, we were able to like do our experiments for free in PUP, in UST, ganyan. So, and then we were able to like complete the whole project and even publish the paper. So when I was in grade 12 naman, that was like the highlight of my whole journey. Our project that's related to boosting coffee production qualified and won in the National Science Fair. So that time, we represented the Philippines in the US in the Intel International Science Engineering Fair. So yeah, I like super love science. I like finding solutions to problems creatively. And I think that was the start of it all.
And I think it really reflects now because I knew Bea from the
Wow.
university. We also did some research together first
I think
year.
I was no second year
Second year
na.
ba? Second year pa lang ako noon.
The first year.
That really reflects sa ginagawa mo rin ngayon.
Yeah.
Since you are also looking at different technologies in hydroponics, etc., your expertise that you had, as what you mentioned kanina, it started from the rooftop,
Yeah.
then hydroponic gardening, and now you are reaching more and more. So can you tell us about the journey naman of that from grade 12, okay, sige, college, you gained that knowledge on agriculture, about hydroponics, etc. So now take us into that journey of expanding your reach.
Yeah, so the vision for Urban Farmer TV started in 2022. That was pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that time I had this vision of building the platform, but I also knew that I didn't have all the skills and resources that I need to actually start it. So so that time I said to myself, nah, it's okay. But like I didn't have all the things I need right now, but I'm gonna start anyway. I'm gonna start small. So, I took every opportunity na lumapit sa akin, and one of it was the Fulbright Global Undergraduate Exchange Program. So that program allowed me to study in the US and gain specific skills that were actually important in the project that I'm about to build. So studying in the US allowed me to learn about leadership, business, entrepreneurship. And when I went back to the Philippines, that was January 2023, I took a leap of faith and filed for leave of absence sa UP Los Baños because I wanted to go full-time and apply what I learned in the US.
Yeah.
So, dun na nagtuloy-tuloy. So, when I went back, ganun pa rin naman. Like, I didn't have investments, connections, generational wealth to fund my project. But what I did was I learned a few important in-demand skills that time that allowed me to offer a service to some brands in exchange for money that I use as cash flow for Urban Farmer TV. And then nagrew pa yung Urban Farmer TV socials. And because of that, I was able to like secure grant awards na ginamit ko to extend a runway. So,
If I'm gonna like describe you, like you are really a risk taker. You know, I can really see that aspect
thank you.
sa story mo itself. Kasi it is really a risk to veer away from the formal education, most especially here in the Philippines, where education is really thought of like very highly. Na kapag wala kang, okay, kapag
Mm.
wala kang education, uh, you're lower than anyone or what, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang merong ganong stigma here in the Philippines. And I
Actually,
just love how you want to break those barriers.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, ako naman, I really value education. Like as I've mentioned, without it, I wouldn't be able to learn the specific skills and
yeah.
expertise that I need to pursue in Farmer TV. It's just that nung January 2023, nagfile ako ng LOA. It wasn't because I wanted to abandon academia and didn't value education. It's just that I wanted to learn a different way.
Yeah.
Like, ako kasi yung tao na I get to learn something when I'm actually applying it. And when you're in a
Yeah.
university, usually like very
Theoretical.
limited. With like parang you're so limited, ganyan. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, ano lang, update sa Tinola.
So yeah, that time, nung nag-file ako ng leave of absence, I took the time to learn online skills, which is copywriting, website building, a little bit of coding, pitching, storytelling, content creation, video creation, which were the skills na hindi kasama dun sa curriculum ko.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's one of the main reasons then na parang I paused sa school.
Yeah.
It's because nagkaroon lang din ako ng clarity on what I wanted to pursue. It's still agriculture, it's still education, it's still science communication. But with the current program that I'm pursuing, hindi kasama dun yung other skills na yun. Which is something na matutunan ko lang if I have time to like browse through Google. Ayun. Dami pa apaw.
Hindi yan naapaw.
Pustahan.
Sige. Magkano?
Bakit green? Saan galing yung green?
Green. Sa ginger. Okay, go.
Gusto ko lang din i-highlight na important yung naging experience ko during my 2 years in UPLB because yung courses na tinake ko during that time period where
Foundation.
foundational and all about the basics of agriculture. Ganyan.
If hindi mo ginawa yun, I feel like kailangan mo pa rin talaga siyang
Kung hindi ko siya na-take, I feel like very surface level yung malalaman ko about like gardening.
And mind you guys, she's a very brilliant student. What? Pero legit nga, oo. At saka feeling ko one of the factors din talaga that helped her is the support din that she's getting from the mentors that we had.
Yeah.
Like, in our project na sinasabi namin kanina na ginawa namin ng first year to second year, we are really supported by name drop tayo dyan, by Dr. Leah Fernando, the former Associate Dean of the College of Agriculture and the director naman ng Institute of Crop Science, which is si Dr. Eureka Teresa Akam.
Yeah.
si Ma'am Wen.
Actually, until now, I'm still connected with my former professors sa UPLB. And they were very supportive and helpful.
Siguro what's lacking din sa curriculum, if we're gonna talk about that, is that we need to teach our students more. As someone then who worked as a teaching associate sa university, in the same institute, parang we really need to teach our students more of like the world skills, like things like entrepreneurship, yung mga sinasabi kanina ni Bea, like those skills are really important when it comes to building our portfolio and going further. Na the world is not only limited with the principles, with the theories that the books have, no? Parang you need real life skills.
Those theoretical stuff are important, but parang it shouldn't stop there.
Yeah.
Parang I think personally, I believe there should be more courses related to
application na talaga.
Yeah, something like pitching, even personal branding. Like how you present yourself to employers or clients or potential partners. Ayun.
So you've mentioned your story, LOA ka, and I'm sure that it was not an easy decision. Take us to those challenges na face mo during those decisions, and even noong noong nandito ka na sa phase na to ng life mo. Like, did you regret anything?
I didn't regret anything, but there was a time that I felt that extreme loneliness, especially when I would open my socials account and then I would see my friends eating together, doing college together. And that time I was doing a very different thing
Thing.
from what they're doing. So I felt, ano bang term for that? Like,
FOMO?
something like that, ganon. You know, parang I was sure and happy with my decision, but at the same time,
There's a part of you.
I felt sad na parang ang bilis transition ng buhay ko, and I was already in a different season that time. I would say very important that you have a community who understands what you're going through,
Mm-mm.
and someone who would validate what you're feeling, and at the same time remind you na hindi ka alone with the journey. Because when you're doing entrepreneurship, I feel like isa yun sa mangingibabaw na emotion talaga na you're alone because you're
Mm-mm.
doing something that not everyone understands.
Yeah.
Ganon. So grateful for those people who were with me during that time.
You've talked about the challenges that you faced, like during that transition period. And now, what are some of the challenges na face mo naman in terms of like establishing Urban Farmer TV or the processes behind it?
I think main challenge ko talaga was the limited resources. So compared to other startups, they have a lot of resources. They had external investments, backers, connections with angel investors and venture capital. Ako, I bootstrapped Urban Farm TV, which means I self-funded it. Hindi ako nag-raise ng investment, ganyan.
Yeah.
So that was a challenge because without the investment, I had to do everything by myself.
Yeah. And from scratch.
From scratch. So imagine I was an agriculture student, but I had to force and really push myself to learn other skills such as website development, copywriting,
Coding.
funnel building, social media marketing. So that time, magaling na ako gumawa ng content. Pero iba pala when you
Put it out.
want to convert, which is like when you want to convert or like make a sale, it's a very different skill that you have to learn. So yun, I have to learn how to make high converting pitches. I had to really start from scratch and learn all of those things. So that was the hard part. 2 years later, I would say na super worth it siya. Right now, we're still bootstrapped. So wala pa rin external investor, which is for
Baka
me
naman.
a thing that I really celebrate because I want to, like right now, I want full control of Urban Farmer TV.
Yeah.
Iba kasi when you have investment
Investors,
na ganyan investors, you really have to think about profit and speed.
Mm-mm.
So it costs you something like
Yeah.
time,
And also maybe the quality of the
quality of the content, speed, your sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah, until now we're still bootstrapped, but we're starting to have good cash flow.
Yeah. So, we've talked about the challenges. Ayan. Now, ano naman yung mga joys na meron sa journey mo?
My greatest source of joy is really just making something valuable for the people and really knowing that what you're doing impacts the lives of people, either big or small, ganyan. Another is receiving positive reviews and like hearing stories from people on how this project is helping them, ganyan, what this project means to them. Sa EdTech platform namin, meron din parang space where people can leave feedback or like share their stories, ganyan. So I'm collecting that because I wanted to listen closely to what our community members are saying so that, you know, I could further refine the product, ganyan. I know what they need, ganyan, and magagawa namin yun. It makes me happy every time we receive awards that validate the social impact or like, the impact of what we're doing. So recently we were listed in the Forbes 30 under 30 social impact.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
something.
We also received grant awards in the
Yeah.
Philippines and Australia.
Australia.
So those are equity-free grants, and we use them to extend our runway. This is the main thing that makes me happy. It's really having enough resources to do beautiful, meaningful, excellent work.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something kasi na wala ako before.
Mm-mm.
So I felt limited before. Hindi ako maka-execute, hindi ko siya magawa. But now we have that resources, and all we have to do is just to really show up every day and be
Mm-mm.
consistent and
Yeah.
and work. Ganun.
Yeah. As you're talking, parang napansin ko lang din na na you're saying that we, no?
Yeah.
So, is nakaka-proud na parang dati, kanina sa story mo, nag-start ka na individual ka lang eh.
Yes.
And now you have your own team. Can you tell
Yeah.
us something about them?
Yeah, we're still small. We're still a small team. So right now, I was able to hire UP and PUP students to be part of our creative team. So we have one graphic designer, one video editor, one in-house creative who's helping me film videos. And then we have a software developer
Mm-mm.
na based sa Pakistan who's helping
Wow.
us build the website. So we could hopefully reach more people and provide more value. But yeah, hopefully it works out.
Yeah. Well, ako personally, since we're friends, sobrang na-amaze ako to the point that every time that I speak as well to different schools or events, lagi ko siya nababanggit. na whenever whenever I talk about agriculture, the opportunities that agriculture has for the youth specifically, lagi ko nababanggit na, you know what, because here in the Philippines, diba, would you agree na parang sobrang tainted ng picture ng agriculture?
Yeah.
That there is a negative perception of what agriculture really is. Like, ano yan, it's a really hard industry to be in. Na, there is no money in agriculture. But then whenever I speak to different universities, I always take her as an example of that excellence, of that thing that agriculture has for students, diba?
I think part siya ng reality naman talaga na mahirap yung agriculture and there are parang limited yung opportunities when you're pursuing agriculture sa Philippines. But at the same time, I think it's important to help people see the other aspects or side of agriculture. That way, we could encourage more youth to pursue it and be part of like building the nation through agriculture.
Yeah. And you know what? Considering the multifaceted nature of agriculture, what it really entails is that, you know, agriculture, it can be a source of a lot of opportunities, not only for people who are involved in agriculture, but also in business, in management, in economics, in development communication. Those are fields that are tightly knit with agriculture. No? So it is very important for us to also communicate that to the people.
Yeah.
And
in a way na they can understand and in a way that they appreciate.
Ayun. And I feel like ayun talaga yung the higher mission din talaga of just Proud of Philippines, ganyan. That's what we are aiming for, to spotlight yung agriculture, not just for it to be perceived as an industry that is really hard, that is really poor, that is not financially rewarding.
Yun din yung isa sa mission namin sa Urban Farmer TV. Like, we wanted to find a way to help people realize that they can actually be part of food production and agriculture in general. Kaya, when we're making this educational classes, we try to find a way to help people realize na it can be fun and easy, na you don't need a big land, a green thumb, or experience to grow your own food and be part of food production, ganyan. Even though you have a 1 square meter of space, you live in the city, you don't have an agriculture degree or background, you can grow your own food. And by doing that simple thing, you can be part of, of food production and in building a food secure community.
Yeah. It's not just, teaching them concepts, but it is empowering them
Yeah.
to be self-sustainable.
And we're doing that not just through the educational class that we're doing, but leveraging social media as well.
Yeah. And yes, sige, puputulin muna namin kayo dyan. Kakain muna kami kasi tapos na tong tinola. Do you have any final words muna before we go to the next episode of the podcast?
Siguro my message for the students out there, if you have passion for something and you see yourself pursuing that in the next years of your life, I highly recommend that you start now. Start small and start now because ang bilis ng panahon. If you don't start it now, there's no assurance that you're gonna start it in 4 years, 5 years because your passion might die, your season will change.
Sobrang ganda ng naging conversation natin for this episode with Anna. But if you want to know more about her journey, so we will go to my other channel, which is Prata Philippines, wherein dun natin mas malalaman what are the things that really motivated her to go into the field of agriculture, what are those experiences na pwede niyong matutunan sa agriculture, and ano nga ba yung ina-offer ng field of agriculture for the youth out there. So again, this is Josh.
This is Anna.
And thank you for listening. See you in the next episode. Bye!